Hey guys, I got some new parts for the bus, and let's attempt to rebuild that rusty, crusty carburetor. So let's go. Hey guys, well, I got some parts for the bus. If you're just joining us, make sure you go back and watch previous videos so you get caught up to where we're at. What we're doing is we're rescuing this abandoned bus from the forest. We're going to start it up and drive it out of here. A couple videos ago we did get this thing started. The carburetor was pretty messed up though, so I need to get a rebuild kit for that. We also went to the wrecking yard recently and looked for parts, and I didn't have much luck finding parts there. I might go back again soon and do a little more thorough searching there. I did go to the local parts store to get a rebuild kit for the carburetor, and well, of course they sold me the wrong one, so that was a fail. That didn't work. After some research, I found Chuck's Trucks. He's out of Connecticut. Chuck has been a great help. He had a lot of knowledge, has all the parts you need. He restores these old Ford trucks, buses, F5s. He's got a vast catalog of parts. So I reached out to him, and he knew exactly what I needed. So he sent me what I believe is the carburetor rebuild kit. So let's open that one up. Yep. All right. Well, that looks like it's going to be the right one. It's got everything we need. So that's going to be the next thing we do is rebuild that carburetor. We need to get that thing working right. All right. So, well, then also, other than the carburetor and fuel system, we also need to get the clutch working on this to drive it out of here. Of course, originally it was a flathead with a linkage clutch setup. Somebody's replaced that. Now it's got the 312 Y block, and they've got a hydraulic clutch setup, and that whole hydraulic system is no good anymore. So Chuck was very helpful, and he sent me the parts I need, so I'm hoping that's what's in here. With the hydraulic clutch setup, we're going to have to probably replace the master cylinder for the clutch, the slave cylinder, and of course we're going to have to run new lines to and from those. Alright. So yeah, you guys need to check out Chuck's Trucks. Check out his website, chuckstrucksllc.com. Alright. Okay, so I ordered those clutch parts plus a few other things. Oil filter, which it still has a canister style oil filter, so he sent me a new one, and this is really cool. It looks like it's new old stock. Really cool old filter. Yeah, canister style oil filter, sweet. Okay, so this thing, I didn't get the keys with this. I don't know, they must have been lost, so I ordered a new ignition. I think with the keys and all, let's see. This is it. Alright, new set of keys and new ignition. Well, that'll be helpful. Alright, yeah, okay, so this is a new slave cylinder. Now, I've never worked on this old Ford hydraulic clutch setup, so this will all be new for me. I'll figure it out, but there's a slave cylinder. Alright. This has got to be the master. Alright, so this is a stock replacement hydraulic clutch master cylinder. Alright, well, that's going to be very helpful. That's going to get us a bit closer to driving this thing out of here. I guess first things first though is we're going to have to rebuild that carburetor. So let's go pull that carburetor off and we'll take a look at that and we'll get rebuilding that thing. Alright. Okay guys, here's that old Holley 2-barrel carburetor we pulled off the bus. And it's pretty dirty and rusty. You know, it was completely locked up when it was on there. Well, it had been under a rat's nest for many years. I was able to spray it with penetrating fluid and carburetor cleaner and kind of get it to free up. But it needs a complete rebuild, so that's what we're going to do. You know, we're going to pull it apart and I'm going to have to let this thing soak in some carburetor cleaner. I did already break these screws loose and open it up. And it wasn't too bad, but I'll show you what we found here. So let's do that. Let's open this thing up and get it all in pieces so we can put it in that carburetor cleaner and start soaking. Alright, got that carburetor all pulled apart. Ready to put all the pieces in the carburetor cleaner and let that soak overnight. And once it's all cleaned up, we'll be able to put the new carburetor kit on there and put it back together, and it should be good as new. Alright, let's pop this thing open. Alright, I got all of those parts in there. Even jammed the carburetor as much in there as I could. And we'll let that soak overnight. We'll come back to it tomorrow. Hey guys, well, it's been a couple days. I came out yesterday and used some brushes to clean up some of those heavier deposits and some of the rusty spots. Now I let it soak in again another night. I'm ready to use some carb cleaner today and clean up all those parts. Use some compressed air to blast out all the ports and passages and get it all ready to reassemble. So let's do that. Okay guys, well I got all the parts cleaned up and laid out here, ready to assemble. Now I'm not going to teach you how to rebuild a carb, I'm going to stumble through it myself. But we'll get it done. So let's go. Okay guys, it's all together. Now let's just hope it works. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go put this thing on. Alright guys, got the carburetor all rebuilt and mounted on the motor here. I'm ready to give it a try, see if it'll run. I've got a little temporary setup here, a gas can and electric fuel pump, and got the battery just setting up over there, but let's give this thing a try. Alright, first thing I want to do is just turn on that fuel pump and see if we got any leaks. So let's see what happens here. Filter filled up, now it's filling the float bowl. So far so good. Alright, it's working. Okay, well let's hook up the coil and try starting it. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try here. Let's a little choke. pumps with the carburetor there. A few more pumps again. She likes the fuel. Yeah. She's working. Okay guys, that carburetor's working. Of course it's going to need a bit of a tune-up, but yeah, it's working. One more step to getting this thing to drive out of here. Well, to be able to run this thing from the driver's seat, I need the piece that I was looking for at the wrecking yard the other day. That's that firewall mounted throttle lever there. It's just rusted solid. I can't work the pedal from the driver's seat until I replace that. So that's what I need to do next. The next major obstacle we have to get this thing to drive is to be able to get that clutch to work. It's got a hydraulic clutch system on here, so I'm going to have to replace the master cylinder for that clutch system, the slave cylinder that's down on the block, and run some brake line between the two, and then hopefully bleed that system, and then we'll get some clutch. And if we get some pressure at the pedal, we might be able to get that clutch to separate from the pressure plate and be able to get this thing in gear and drive it out of here. So please subscribe so you don't miss that next video where we attempt to drive this out of here. So like, comment, and share, and stay tuned for that next video.